I'll be ranking every fight in Dragon Ball Super from the pinnacle of Z, the best, to the depths of F, the worst. In this video, we'll focus on the most thrilling battles, excluding fillers and training/sparring fights. Watch till the very end as we journey through the highs and lows, exploring the worst fights in all of Dragon Ball to the absolute best, including the exhilarating Broly and superhero movies. Get ready for an action-packed adventure through the world of Dragon Ball Super. Kicking off the list is the unexpected encounter of Goten and Trunks facing a snake I completely forgot about. It's a fun and nostalgic moment that spices up the episode and re-immerses us into the world of Dragon Ball. It's not overly impactful, however, placing it in the F tier. Next is the clash between Goku and Beerus, a fight that, while highly anticipated, falls disappointingly short of expectations. Regrettably, this battle is a lackluster rendition of the iconic showdown from Battle of Gods, with notably inferior animation that spawned a plethora of memes mocking its quality. Amidst the disappointment, there is a glimmer of hope in the form of a subtle hint of Ultra Instinct, a concept that later becomes a significant part of the series. However, even this redeeming factor cannot salvage the fight from a lowly F-tier ranking. If it was the movie version, it would have ranked higher. The upcoming confrontation between Boo and Beerus unfortunately falls short of expectations as well. Beerus effortlessly swings Boo around, throws him into the air, and launches a powerful blast. But Boo's attempts to retaliate feel random and lacking in impact, resulting in an underwhelming F-tier fight. Next up is the gang's collective effort against Beerus, starting with Gotenks, who bravely faces the god but is swiftly dismissed after Beerus mentions the pudding incident. Piccolo, 18, and Tien step in to challenge Beerus, but the fight mainly reuses animation sequences, leading to a monotonous and anticlimactic outcome where they are defeated without Beerus even lifting a finger, cementing it in the F tier as well. Next comes the showdown between Beerus and Vegeta. After Beerus slaps Bulma, Vegeta taps into an overwhelming surge of rage, granting him newfound power to stand up against Beerus. Surpassing even Goku, Vegeta engages Beerus in an intense battle, showcasing his skills by executing a stunning combination of attacks, culminating in a powerful Gallic gun. While this fight marks a slight improvement compared to previous encounters, it falls short of the movie's portrayal, making it a solid D tier. Finally, the climactic clash between Goku and Beerus unfolds. Initially, Goku struggles to harness the power of the Super Saiyan God form, in addition to the fight that I liked, which was absent from the movie version. As Goku gradually adapts to the form, his strikes become more precise. However, the stakes escalate and Beerus starts dominating the fight, pushing Goku to the edge of defeat. Unexpectedly, Goku emerges from the depths of the water, seemingly infused with godly ki. He rejoins the battle, engaging Beerus in a clash of titanic proportions, with the very fabric of the universe hanging in the balance. The back-and-forth exchange continues, eventually leading Beerus to unleash a colossal energy ball aimed at Earth, just as Goku reverts from his godly state. In a gripping display of determination, Goku taps into his inner strength and lands a decisive punch to the blast and concluding the fight. This battle isn't bad and has some exciting moments. It didn't fully engage me, even upon rewatching it. I'd put it in the C grade. Next up is the clash between the gang and Friezas Soldiers. This fight kicks off on a pretty funny note as Krillin rediscovers his fighting spirit, even though I find it puzzling why he was afraid in the first place. Nevertheless, we also witness some impressive action from Roshi, Tien, Piccolo, and Gohan as they showcase their iconic moves. However, when Goten, Trunks, and Ginyu join the fray, the fight takes a nosedive for me, becoming random and silly. The lackluster encounter between Gohan and Ginyu, along with Piccolo's sacrifice, fails to elevate the battle's intensity. Furthermore, it feels somewhat illogical that Piccolo dies from a beam attack, while he previously survived being shattered into pieces during the Buu saga. Considering these shortcomings, I would rate this fight a D. Next up is the showdown between Frieza and Goku. Unfortunately, this fight falls flat in several areas. The animation quality is subpar, the choreography lacks excitement, and the constant cuts to other characters disrupt the flow of the battle, making it a disappointing experience for me. Even when they transform, the fight fails to improve. I don't want to spend too much time talking about this fight, as it was a letdown compared to the movie version. I'm actually relieved that I skipped this arc when it was airing. Overall, it's a lackluster performance deserving of an F-tier rating. Moving on, we have Vegeta vs. Frieza. While this fight is an improvement over the previous one, it's still not the best. I did enjoy seeing Vegeta style and verbally spar with Frieza, which was long overdue after years of being under his command. However, the animation and character models leave much to be desired, and the fight is pretty short despite being longer than the movie version. It's a bit challenging to rank this fight since the fight itself isn't terrible, but the animation and overall arc drag it down. Additionally, it bothers me that Vegeta doesn't come out on top against Frieza. Considering these factors, I believe it belongs in the D tier. By the way, if you're enjoying the video so far, don't forget to leave a like and also subscribe. Now, the short fight between Beerus and Champa. This fight amounts to little more than repetitive movements being played out repeatedly. It's clear that the fight isn't meant to be taken seriously. Its purpose seems to be injecting some action into the episode. It fails to deliver any significant impact or engagement, warranting an F-tier rating. Next up is the encounter between Goku and this yellow bear-like opponent. The fight begins with Goku attempting to warm up due to him being sluggish after his meal. However, his attacks prove ineffective against the bear, who has a trick to nullify them. This fight kinda resembles the tournament fights in Dragon Ball, where some opponents relied on gimmicks rather than pure strength. However, unlike those fights, Goku fails to employ his strategic thinking to overcome the situation. It's not until Vegeta advises him to use his head that Goku finally manages to hit the opponent, and subsequently comes up with the idea to throw him out. Overall, this fight is passable since it's quick and meant to be fun. I don't have any major criticisms aside from Goku's somewhat goofy behavior. However, it doesn't offer anything extraordinary, deserving a D-tier rating. The next battle features Goku facing off against Frost, making it one of the more captivating fights in the tournament, but it was kinda a letdown in the end, in my opinion. It does have Frieza's third form look that I like, so that's a plus. However, Goku's familiarity with Frieza gives him insight into Frost's abilities, anticipating that there's more to come. Sure enough, Frost unveils his final form, but is taken aback by Goku's incredible strength. Desperate to win, Frost resorts to cheating. When I first saw this, I thought Goku took a dive so Frost could win due to Frost's seemingly good nature. This fight lacks some elements to make it truly remarkable, similar to the Vegeta vs. Frieza fight. I'd place it in the D tier. This next fight really sucks. The battle between Frost and Piccolo primarily revolves around Piccolo attempting to charge his beam while Frost tries to impede him. Eventually, Piccolo falls victim to the same trick Frost used against Goku, resulting in his defeat. The ending feels lackluster, and I couldn't help but think that Piccolo could have utilized a better strategy, such as wrapping Frost up and throwing him out of bounds. Therefore, I would rank this fight in the F tier. Next is Vegeta vs. Frost. F tier. Now, let's discuss my least favorite fight of the tournament, Vegeta vs. the Metal Guy. The battle goes back and forth until the heat starts affecting Vegeta, nearly causing him to lose. Despite his struggles, Vegeta manages to launch a final flash that has minimal effect. He then follows it up with a punch and some trash talk, resulting in a ring-out victory. It feels rather silly that Vegeta, who has become incredibly powerful, struggles against and almost loses to this opponent. Furthermore, the fight fails to capture my interest, earning it an F-tier ranking. On the other hand, the fight between Vegeta and Cabba provides some enjoyment. They engage in a fierce battle, and surprisingly, they appear to be evenly matched. Vegeta realizes that Cabba doesn't know how to transform into a Super Saiyan, and unbeknownst to Cabba, manages to make him angry enough to trigger the transformation. Although Cabba's transformation isn't as impactful as those in Dragon Ball Z, I still found it somewhat enjoyable to see him face off against Vegeta. After a while, Cabba realizes Vegeta's intentions and becomes grateful. However, Vegeta swiftly defeats Cabba by transforming into Super Saiyan Blue, displaying his superiority. What follows is the highlight of the fight for me. Vegeta's conversation with Cabba about Saiyan pride and his desire for Cabba to surpass him. This mentor-like moment I thoroughly enjoyed seeing, and I would rank it in the B tier. Moving on to the battle between Hit and Vegeta. This is, in my opinion, the best fight thus far in the series. The fight commences, and Vegeta struggles to comprehend Hit's instantaneous attacks. This aspect adds intrigue to the fight as everyone attempts to decipher Hit's techniques. Hit lands decisive blows on Vegeta's vital spots, ultimately delivering the final blow that puts Vegeta to sleep. The animation quality is notably better than earlier episodes of Dragon Ball Super, and Hit's unique fighting style, combined with Vegeta's efforts to counter it, is executed quite well. I would rank this fight in the B tier. Next up is the highly anticipated clash between Goku and Hit. Similar to the previous fight, I thoroughly enjoyed watching Goku try to decipher Hit's attack patterns and eventually devise a countermeasure that surprises Hit. The intensity escalates as Goku powers up to Super Saiyan Blue, while Hit continuously evolves his time skip technique. Seeing how the time skip works in real time was also fascinating. As Hit further develops his time skip, Goku takes it upon himself to utilize the Kaioken technique on top of his Super Saiyan Blue form. This moment, featuring the return of the Kaioken, truly got me excited. The fight continues with both fighters going back and forth until it concludes with Goku voluntarily stepping out, which I found slightly anticlimactic. Nevertheless, I believe it aligns well with both fighters refusing to be mere pawns. I would rank this fight at the top of the B tier. Next, we have the fight between Trunks and Goku Black. Right from the start, the stakes are high as Trunks faces an unknown assailant who has already killed Bulma and nearly succeeded in doing the same to Mai. The tension builds as Black emerges from the chaos, revealing himself as an evil version of Goku. Trunks transforms into a Super Saiyan and launches an assault, only to realize the overwhelming power of his opponent. Black dominates the fight, effortlessly deflecting Trunks' attacks and mocking him. As Trunks recognizes his inability to win, he creates a diversion to escape, leading him to the time machine. The fight itself is good, but what truly elevates it is the surrounding elements. The mysterious intrigue of the villain, reminiscent of Cell's reveal, the awareness that the Dragon Balls are not present in this timeline, heightening the stakes, and the impact of Black's actions on Trunks and the other characters. Considering all these factors, I would place this fight in the A tier. Next up is the clash between Goku Black and Goku. While it's an enjoyable fight to watch, it falls short in terms of intensity and duration. Moreover, the lack of stakes is evident, as we know Goku could easily overpower Black if he were to reach his God or Blue form. The ending feels somewhat disappointing as Black is pulled back to his own timeline. Although the concept of two Gokus fighting each other is intriguing, it leaves much to be desired. Moreover, I believe the future battles between the two characters may make up for this. Overall, I would rank it in the D tier. Moving on to the battle involving Vegeta, Trunks, and Goku against Goku Black and Zamasu. The fight initially favors Vegeta as he appears to dominate. However, when Goku Black smiles and transforms into Super Saiyan Rosé, it becomes clear that he isn't taking the fight seriously. Vegeta continues his assault, proclaiming himself as the star of the show, which infuriates the evil Goku. He retaliates by stabbing Vegeta. Goku, witnessing this, powers up to Super Saiyan Blue, but is quickly overwhelmed. While this portion of the fight is impressive, it's the subsequent intervention of Trunks that elevates it for me. Trunks joins Goku's side and the battle intensifies. This part of the fight showcases some of the best animation in Dragon Ball Super so far. Additionally, it's revealed that Zamasu is immortal, which adds an important twist to the story. The fight concludes with a captivating finisher from Black, charging up a Kamehameha while Zamasu holds Goku and Trunks to ensure the blast hits them directly. The dynamic between the two Zamasus, their condescending attitude toward their opponents and mortals, adds depth to the fight. Considering all these factors, I would rank this fight in the B tier. Continuing from the previous battle, Part 2 takes place in Trunks' timeline, which surprisingly remains unchanged despite Beerus' earlier prediction. The fight contains some noteworthy moments, such as Goku's anger over Zamasu's actions against his family. Seeing Goku in such a furious and serious state is always a treat. Additionally, the interactions between Trunks and Vegeta show a side of Vegeta that demonstrates his care for his son, which is heartwarming to witness. Trunks' transformation, while somewhat confusing to me, still showcases his power increase and allows him to showcase his skills against the two Zamasus. However, I feel that the previous fight slightly surpasses this one, but I would still rank it in the B tier. Next is part 3 of the battle. The fight begins with Trunks fighting both Zamasus on his own, and when he eventually loses, the rest of the group joins the fray once again. This fight has its moments as well, including Vegeta overpowering Goku Black, the impressive father-son Gallic gun, Goku's assault on Black despite being unable to use his arms, and Bulma playing an active role in aiding the team. However, I found that this time a lot of random events occur, such as Black creating a rift, the evil containment technique failing, and multiple Goku Blacks appearing out of nowhere. These elements detract from the fight's overall coherence, so I would place it in the C tier. Now let's discuss the climactic battle between Vegito and Zamasu.
And here's something new. Vegito!
This fight stands out with its incredible animation, perfectly complemented by the intense music, including tracks like No More and Super Saiyan 3. The fight oozes with hype, featuring fantastic choreography, flashy moves, and even some humorous moments and trash talk. The fight reaches its climax with a final Kamehameha, a move that holds a special place in my heart, especially from my experience playing Raging Blast. However, my only gripe is that the fight concludes rather abruptly, leaving me wanting more. Despite this, it remains a standout fight in the series, deserving a spot in the S tier. Next, we have the fight between Zamasu and Trunks. While the music and animation are decent, the fight falls short in terms of duration and coherence. The inclusion of a random spirit bomb inserted into Trunks' sword feels out of place and does little to enhance the fight. Furthermore, Trunks' actions in this battle ultimately worsen the situation. Due to these shortcomings, I would rank it in the F tier. Next is the highly anticipated rematch between Hit and Goku. To my surprise, this fight turned out to be much more than just a throwaway bout. It captivated me with its intensity and satisfying conclusion. Hit makes a grand entrance, delivering a fatal shot to Goku. However, Goku is revived and determined to face Hit again. Throughout the fight, both combatants go back and forth, with Hit showcasing his new abilities. As in previous battles with Hit, I thoroughly enjoyed witnessing Goku and others attempting to decipher and counter Hit's techniques. The inclusion of the track No More adds to the excitement. The fight climaxes with a Kamehameha that leaves both Goku and Hit visibly exhausted. The ending, with its wholesome dynamic between the two fighters and other spectators trying to identify the person behind the hit on Goku, adds a nice touch. I'd rank this battle in the A tier. Moving on, we have the fight between Boo and one of the members of the Trio of Danger. While not extraordinary and somewhat boring, this fight still manages to hold your attention. Boo gets a chance to showcase his abilities, which is always enjoyable. Overall, I'd place this fight in the D tier. The next match features Gohan against the other member of the trio. This fight stands out as an improvement over the previous one. The battle starts with Lavender poisoning Gohan, making him unable to see. This clever touch forces Gohan to rely on his instincts and bring out his fighting spirit. When he transforms into Super Saiyan, the fight truly picks up, revealing a bit of Gohan's cockier side. However, the poison worsens, forcing him out of Super Saiyan, and the battle becomes challenging once again. But Gohan's sheer determination pushes him back into Super Saiyan, making this fight genuinely engaging. The animation, music, and narrative behind the fight all contribute to its success, warranting an A-tier ranking. The subsequent fight between Goku and the last member of the trio follows a similar pattern as the Boo fight, being somewhat unremarkable and predictable. As expected, Goku wins with ease, landing it in the D tier. Now let's delve into the fight between Goku and T.O.P. Although decent, it begins with Goku losing the battle and even squeezed to death. However, his transformation into Super Saiyan Blue turns the tide, and the fight becomes more intense. After a massive Kamehameha, the battle abruptly ends. The fight mainly serves to showcase T.O.P's abilities and hints at the even more formidable foe, Jiren. Given its average performance, I'd rank this fight in the D tier. I know I said I wasn't going to rank training fights, but I know someone will ask about some of these pre-tournament of power matches, so I'll quickly go through them. The Krillin vs. Gohan fight is alright, but quite brief, emphasizing techniques rather than brute strength. The Krillin vs. Goku fight brings back nostalgia from the Dragon Ball days, and its wholesomeness makes it enjoyable. The Buu vs. Goku fight is fun to watch, but not groundbreaking. The 17 vs. Goku fight is well done, featuring great scenery and animation, making 17's return to action exciting. Watching Goku and Gohan's father-son fight is heartwarming, even though I question Gohan's rapid power growth. Now, on to the fight between Goku and Frieza versus the Assassins. This fight primarily showcases Frieza's growth, starting with his beautiful transformation. Frieza effortlessly handles numerous assassins and even survives an energy attack from a destroyer god. A brief sparring match between Goku and Frieza adds to the excitement. With impressive visuals, animation, and dialogue, this fight deserves a C-tier ranking. Entering the Tournament of Power, there are several fights, some weaker than others. I'll briefly mention the weaker ones, which means the ones I don't mention automatically fall into the F tier due to the large number of fights in this saga. The fight between Goku and Vegeta versus the 9th universe starts with a bit of a slow start, but it gains momentum once Vegeta joins the fray. While featuring some cool choreography and an impressive final clash, the highlight is the 9th universe's erasure, emphasizing the high stakes of the tournament. I'd rank this fight in the C tier. Krillin's fight against the Blind Fox is average and unremarkable, with Krillin getting the win through a somewhat silly move. Immediately after, he is knocked out while celebrating. D tier. The fight between Goku, Caulifla, and Kale is average, but I must admit that the rapid transformations felt somewhat forced. I found myself not entirely liking Kale's motivations to transform, which seemed reminiscent of Z Broly's simplistic motives. As a result, this fight doesn't leave a lasting impression on me, and I would place it in the D tier. Now, let's move on to the 17 vs. Sanka Coo battle. After the girls undergo an odd transformation, Sanka and 17 begin to fight. However, when 17 gets serious, the intensity of the battle ramps up significantly. With determination in his eyes, he swiftly eliminates a Universe 2 fighter and then focuses on defeating Sanka Coo. The clever move that 17 employs to knock Sanka Coo out of bounds demonstrates his strategic prowess. Witnessing 17 shine in this fight was a highlight for me, and overall I think the fight was well executed, deserving a spot in the C tier. Next up is the fight between Botamo and Gohan. While this battle doesn't have many standout moments, one notable aspect is how Gohan manages not to drop his guard at the end, showcasing his discipline and training with Piccolo. However, beyond that, the fight doesn't offer much excitement or depth, placing it in the F tier. Goku and Hit vs. Dyspo and Kenshi starts slow but gains momentum when Goku enters the fray. The battle against Dyspo's incredible speed and hearing abilities presents an interesting challenge for Hit. Goku and Hit take turns fighting both opponents. The shifting strategies of both fighters keep it engaging, earning a C tier ranking. Master Roshi's fights against Universe 4 fighters feature some impressive moments, such as using the evil containment wave and his strongest Kamehameha. Goku and Roshi's wholesome moment at the end adds to the fight's appeal, placing it in the C tier. Vegeta and Roshi vs. Frost and Magetta delivers a solid performance, showcasing Roshi's determination and Vegeta's unexpected respect for the old master. While the containment wave redirection seems questionable, the unique dynamic between Vegeta and Roshi elevates the fight to the C tier. The Frieza vs. Gohan fight doesn't stand out much, with no noteworthy moments. It's a back-and-forth affair, resulting in an F-tier ranking. The climactic battle between Jiren and Goku has been eagerly anticipated even before the tournament began, and it lives up to the hype. Throughout the fight, Goku cycles between his various transformations, and the animation, along with the expertly chosen camera angles, showcases the intensity of the clash. However, despite Goku's unwavering efforts, Jiren dominates the battle, proving himself to be an incredibly formidable opponent. In a last-ditch attempt, Goku summons a Spirit Bomb, but even that proves insufficient against Jiren's overwhelming power. This part of the battle deserves a spot in the A tier. But that's not all.
本当にもうお前は終わっちまったのか。来るぞ。
Ultra Instinct enters the fight against Jiren, and it's a legendary spectacle. The music, the anticipation, the overall presentation is nearly flawless. As the battle unfolds, it's evident that Goku's defense and speed have been magnified to unimaginable levels. What makes this transformation even more remarkable is the fact that Goku remains silent throughout, making it feel more serious and intense. Even Whis and the gods are astonished by this incredible display of power. Additionally, the theme behind this transformation adds to the intense hype every time it plays. This extraordinary fight undoubtedly deserves a Z-tier ranking. The battle between Hit and Jiren, which takes place right after the intense clash between Goku and Jiren. This fight is a true testament to Jiren's overwhelming strength, as even one of the strongest characters like Hit struggles against him. Jiren's power is further showcased when he eliminates Hit, solidifying his position as the undeniable strongest in the tournament. I would rank this battle in the B tier. Next is Cabba vs Monna, and while the fight features one of my favorite tracks, the overall battle feels somewhat predictable and lacks excitement. Cabba's transformation into Super Saiyan 2 was expected, and while it's enjoyable, it doesn't offer anything particularly fresh. I'd place this fight in the D tier. Moving on to Goku vs Kale and Caulifla. This major showdown in the saga stands out with its thrilling start. Goku's martial arts expertise allows him to hold his own against Caulifla, despite her superior strength at that point. The addition of Kale's berserk form further intensifies the battle, and the animation and art are top-notch. Goku's transformation into his god form adds an extra layer of excitement until the two girls fuse. This fight successfully incorporates various techniques, captivating dialogues, and transformations, earning its place in the A tier. Goku's battle against Kefla unfolds like an epic saga, reminiscent of his epic fight with Jiren. As Kefla joins the fray, her overwhelming strength forces Goku to unleash the power of his Super Saiyan Blue form. The clash between Goku and Kefla is awe-inspiring, pushing Goku to even stack the Kaioken on top of his blue form, a remarkable display of his determination to win. The intensity of the battle is perfectly accompanied by the track Ultimate Battle, a fitting OST that elevates the excitement and emotion of the scene. Despite putting up a valiant fight, Goku is eventually overpowered and left lying on the ground, seemingly without any strength left. But true to his character, Goku refuses to give up and taps into his Ultra Instinct state, a divine and mystical form that showcases his seriousness and unmatched power. Throughout the fight, Goku's defenses prove to be exceptional, but he struggles to land powerful blows on Kefla. However, this challenge only fuels his determination to improve and adapt. As the battle reaches its climax, Goku plans to finish it with an awe-inspiring move. Dodging Kefla's rays with incredible agility, Goku charges up a Kamehameha. Kefla launches a massive blast at Goku, giving him seemingly nowhere to run. It looks like he might get hit by the attack until... This was so crazy to me. I think this was a true game changer, surprising and captivating me with Goku's unexpected move. It added a layer of excitement and unpredictability to the fight, solidifying its place in the Z tier of memorable battles. Next up is the fight between Android 17 and 18 against Ribranne and Roshi. While I can't take this fight too seriously due to its silliness, it does have a nice dynamic between 17 and 18, and the animation quality is pretty good towards the end. I'd place this fight in the D tier, but I'm just relieved that Ribranne and her trio are finally out of the picture. Next, let's combine the battles between Goku and the androids versus Universe 2 and the fight between Gohan and Piccolo against the Namekians from Universe 6. Initially, this fight seemed lackluster, but it managed to impress me as it progressed. The Piccolo and Gohan battle showcased Gohan's growth as a warrior, trusting Piccolo to deliver the final blow while he took on the two opponents. Meanwhile, Goku and the androids were trapped, but Goku's declaration allowed him to charge a powerful Kamehameha. Both Goku and Gohan released their blasts simultaneously, eliminating both universes at the same time. The bittersweet ending between the two universes about to be erased adds emotional weight to the conclusion. I'd give these battles a C rank. Moving on to everyone versus the last members of Universe 3. The fight started off quite dull, but when they combined into a massive monster, it became an entertaining mess. However, the fight didn't do much for me beyond being visually appealing, and it felt comparable to fights in Dragon Ball Heroes. Nonetheless, it had some nice moments featuring Android 17, earning it a C tier rank. Next is the showdown between Vegeta and Jiren. This fight was exciting to watch, and I initially thought Vegeta might even unlock Ultra Instinct. He landed several impressive attacks, and the final flash, with nods to the Cell Saga, was a standout moment. However, Jiren retaliated with a powerful blast that I thought killed him when I first saw this fight. This fight earns a place in the B tier. In an epic showdown, Goku and Vegeta take on the mighty Jiren, with a perfect blend of strategy and raw power. Goku's tactical approach, utilizing energy mines and the Destructo Disc, adds a thrilling dimension to the fight, but Jiren's unyielding strength remains unmatched.
Here we come, Jiren!
When Vegeta joins the fray, his determination to protect his loved ones unleashes an incredible power-up. The battlefield crackles with energy as both Saiyans go all out, clashing with Jiren in a display of might and resolve. The dynamic cinematography enhances the intensity, leaving fans enthralled throughout. This awe-inspiring battle earns a well-deserved A-tier rating. Frieza and Gohan teaming up against Dyspo was a surprisingly good matchup, showcasing an unlikely duo. Gohan's decisive strategy and leadership played a crucial role as he devised a plan to trap and eliminate Dyspo at the cost of himself. This battle deserves a solid B rank. The Topo vs. Frieza and Android 17 battle was decent. Topo's brutal aggression and transformation felt too convenient, leaving it lacking the expected intensity. Frieza's trash talk added some entertainment, but overall it fell short, earning it a spot in C tier. Vegeta's showdown with Topo didn't leave a lasting impression. His repeated use of the final explosion didn't hit as hard as the first time, making it a lackluster encounter for me. This fight finds its place in the D tier. The climactic battle between Universe 7's remaining warriors and the formidable Jiren unfolds as a desperate struggle, pushing the group to their limits. They employ every tactic imaginable, from combination blasts to strategic maneuvers, even sacrificing themselves in a bid to overcome Jiren's sheer power and determination. Amidst the intense chaos, Vegeta, with no Super Saiyan or godly transformations, stands resolute, honoring his promise to Cabba by giving his all to eliminate Jiren. This display of unwavering determination and selflessness is truly touching. Despite Vegeta's valiant efforts, he falls to Jiren, passing on his energy to Goku, entrusting him with carrying out their promise. As Goku rejoins the fray, powered by Vegeta's energy, the odds still seem grim. Jiren delivers a devastating blow, but in that critical moment, Goku's thoughts turn to his loved ones, giving him newfound strength to continue the fight. This emotionally charged and breathtaking battle earns a well-deserved place in the S tier, as it brilliantly captures the essence of sacrifice, friendship, and unwavering resolve. The epic clash between Ultra Instinct Goku and Jiren sets the stage for an intense battle, where the stakes are incredibly high. Whis' narration adds to the tension, emphasizing that Goku must remain in this form to secure their universe's victory.
もはや誰からの助けもなく、回復の手段も残されていないこの状況。次にあの瞳の輝きが消える瞬間、それは全ての決着の時。
The fight itself is executed flawlessly, with shockwaves causing explosions throughout the tournament ground, creating a visually stunning spectacle. Jiren's analysis of Goku's previous transformations into Ultra Instinct adds a strategic element to the encounter, allowing him to counter Goku's attacks effectively. Vegeta delivers one of his most inspiring speeches, urging Goku to surpass his limits and ascend to the domain of the gods for the ultimate victory. The music and narration enhance the intensity of the fight, creating a captivating atmosphere. Goku's determination shines through as he continues to push his limits, culminating in a breathtaking moment where he not only blocks Jiren's attacks, but counters them with a powerful punch. However, the sudden disappearance of a giant blast leaves the outcome uncertain, adding another layer of suspense to this exhilarating battle. This fight's exceptional execution, emotional speeches, and pure hype place it deservedly in the esteemed Z tier, making it a standout moment in the Tournament of Power arc. The showdown between mastered Ultra Instinct Goku and Jiren delivers an awe-inspiring spectacle. Catching Jiren's blast, Goku demonstrates his newfound power, leaving everyone stunned. Even the gods show their respect, acknowledging the brilliance of Goku's true autonomous Ultra Instinct form, a level most deities can only dream of attaining.
It's astounding! This mortal really is something else. Look at that brilliant form. There can be no doubt. This is the true power. This is autonomous Ultra Instinct!
The battle commences, and it's a feast for the senses. The animation, music, and sheer hype are unparalleled. Witnessing Goku's hero-like landing is truly epic, and for the first time, Jiren faces a formidable challenge, which is exhilarating to see. The fight showcases Goku's determination to protect his loved ones, accompanied by nostalgic flashbacks from Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. The intensity builds as Jiren gains a significant power boost, leading to a thrilling back-and-forth exchange. One standout moment is when Goku's furious punch displays an intimidating, threatening side we've never seen before. As the fight escalates, Goku showcases a jaw-dropping dodge that 100% could make for a great wallpaper, and unleashes a colossal Kamehameha. However, the immense strain on his body hints at the potential cost of this formidable form. Overall, this truly amazing fight stands tall in the revered Z tier, leaving a lasting impact on me and firmly earning its place as one of the series' most iconic battles. The subsequent battle features the remaining fighters from Universe 6 against Jiren, unexpectedly joined by 17 and Frieza. This reunion sparks some thrilling trash talk from Frieza, adding to the excitement. However, when Toppo motivates Jiren to rise again, the tables turn, putting 17 and Frieza on the defensive. Goku's return to the fray adds to the epic intensity, and the subsequent dialogues between him and Frieza are nothing short of captivating. With the shield broken, the trio resumes their assault on Jiren, displaying the remarkable growth and teamwork. Goku and Frieza unite to take on Jiren, a feat that can truly be appreciated when considering how far they've come since their epic battle on Namek. Frieza's plan to sacrifice himself is met with resistance from Jiren, leading Goku to join the fray, transitioning in and out of Super Saiyan. Witnessing Frieza and Goku back in their Namek forms, working together to push Jiren out of bounds is an indescribably satisfying moment. This ending to the tournament, with the most intriguing characters uniting to finish it, is an absolute highlight, beautifully encapsulating the essence of the extraordinary battles witnessed throughout the Tournament of Power. The fight against Broly and Vegeta is mainly to bring Broly up to the power levels of Goku and Vegeta. However, the stunning choreography and visuals, as well as Vegeta's dominance, made this battle visually stunning and enjoyable. The transformation into Super Saiyan and God showcased breathtaking moments, placing this fight in the S tier. Moving on to the showdown as Goku takes on the fearsome Broly, a fight that oozes creativity with its mind-blowing animation, incredible visuals, and epic camera angles, even boasting a thrilling first-person scene and impressive CGI sequences that complement the heart-pounding music with its intense chanting. As Goku battles against a seemingly unbeatable Broly, the stakes are higher than ever, and the transformation into blue sends shivers down your spine, making it a personal favorite. But they go back and forth for a while until Frieza kills his dad, causing Broly to transform. I think this fight is slightly better than Vegeta's due to the creative choices, but I still think it belongs in S tier. Step into the electrifying realm of Gogeta vs Broly, a match that transcends time as it leaves me spellbound every time I revisit it. The chanting in the background ignites an unparalleled level of hype, complementing the animation and visuals, which surpass even the previous two awe-inspiring fights. Witnessing Gogeta's jaw-dropping Super Saiyan transformation and the exquisite choreography takes this battle to new heights of excitement. Once Gogeta unleashed the power of Blue, Broly can't even touch him, and Gogeta's arsenal of unique moves, including the canonization of the Stardust Breaker, is a display of untamed brilliance. The fight escalates, and Gogeta relentlessly torments Broly, culminating in a brutal move that had me in complete awe, capturing the raw essence of their power struggle. As the battle reaches its conclusion with Broly's rescue, the fight stands as an enhanced culmination of the previous two, showcasing flawless execution, boundless creativity, breathtaking music, immense hype. masterful animation, and nostalgic callbacks that solidify its rightful place in the illustrious Z tier. The fight between Piccolo and Gamma 2 was fun to watch, featuring good visuals and added sound effects. However, it was over quickly, and though enjoyable, it doesn't surpass the fights in the Broly movie. This fight finds its place in the C tier. The exhilarating clash between the Gammas and Gohan and Piccolo unfolds with Gohan initially struggling against the android's might, but his explosive transformation into ultimate form turns the tide in his favor. As the other Gamma joins the fray, Piccolo intervenes, engaging in a fierce battle. However, as Piccolo undergoes his final transformation, he effortlessly dispatches the Gamma, effectively ending the fight with a resounding conclusion. The fight showcases impressive visuals, well-executed camera movements, and captivating transformations for both Ultimate Gohan and Orange Piccolo. While the battles hold their own allure, they fall slightly short compared to the epic fights in the Broly movie, mainly due to the narrative not centering around the Gammas as main villains, thus diminishing the overall impact. I still enjoyed the fight, however, so I'll put it in the A tier. The final showdown against Cell Max features some captivating moments, especially when initially experienced in theaters, but upon rewatching, it doesn't retain the same impact. While there are highlights like Gamma 2's sacrifice, Piccolo's impressive display, and Gohan's beastly transformation, it lacks the sustained excitement to be a frequently rewatched fight. However, the wholesome moments towards the end, involving Piccolo, Pan, and Gohan, add a heartwarming touch to the conclusion. Overall, I'll place this fight at the bottom of the A tier, acknowledging its strengths and moments of enjoyment while recognizing its limitations. And that concludes the ranking of the Dragon Ball Super fights. It was a thrilling journey to revisit these epic battles. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe and leave a like. Also, be sure to check out my rankings of the Dragon Ball Z fights. See you there.